I don't know. It's
just like
under 10.
Just like the Wizards could still make the play in. But I doubt it. I doubt it at this point, man.
I'll keep my comments to myself. Just kidding. That's what we're here
for. Yeah, man. Oh, and I'm Rome Jones, by the way.
And I'm Tron Jacobs. And we're just two Wizard fans.
Kispler for three. Nice pass with a left hand to Trash for the and one. Deal to Gafford. Right side clears out.
Varius. Hey, bro, I gotta tell you real quick.
What's good, bro?
Every intro, I'll be over here rocking every intro, every joke. Like I act like I ain't never heard that beat before. Every time I'll be in that joke like,
Hey, man. Shout out to my boy Clint. Man. Shout out to my boy Clint Presidential, man. Our in-house, Varius producer extraordinaire. Y'all know what it is, man. Welcome to Two Wizards fans, man. Your boy Rome Jones, your boy Tron Jacobs, man. We're gonna get right into it, bro. Let's get into this West Coast recap, man. We do. So, Wizards, they came off a really great win, a great start with KP against the Pacers at DC, at Capital One Arena in DC, and it was a great start, bro. What I mean? It was an era that I think we all can look forward to once Brad gets back, right? I think everyone was really kind of just seeing the potential, the greener pastures.
Yeah, right? There you go.
And now West Coast trip comes, right? Niggas going to Cali, back to Cali, right? Going to LA, they go against the Clippers. Came out really good, bro. Came out really good. I felt like, they could have won that game. Very winnable.
Absolutely.
They lost.
Mm-hmm. They did that.
They lost. Okay. Then they stay in LA. All right. Don't got to go nowhere. I'm sure they turned up. You know what I mean? Like they was in LA for about 3 days, bro. So next night, not it wasn't a back-to-back either. Okay. They had a free day in LA. All right. So they, free day goes by, then they go and they play the Lakers. All right. Everybody knows the Lakers have been, trash ass, no cash. All right. All of that shit, nigga. Right. For real. So Brian, goes out, does some Braun type shit, puts up 50, right? But leading up into that, they were in it. Yeah. They were actually beating them. Like Kuz was coming out, made his return back to LA. He was doing his thing. You could tell it was emotional for him. And we lost.
Yep. We did that.
We lost that. Okay. Yeah. And then right. KP plays both nights. Still look fairly decent and so forth. Shout out to K. But we still lost. But anyway, go to Portland, right? Back to back.
Yeah.
Got it. We're gonna win. We're gonna beat Portland, bro. We're gonna beat Portland.
8 people.
No Dame. No Simons. I mean, no Nurkic. Like you said, 8 players, bro. 8 players out. We lost. And not only did we lose, we got beat by Josh Hart. Okay? Yeah. A 6-man, bro. We let a 6-man high. Everybody gets their career high against the Wizards.
Hey. You're not wrong.
I'm sorry, bro. I just went on a full tangent there, my guy. I just wanted to just lay it out there for our listeners, bro. What's your thoughts on everything, man? On this West Coast recap?
So, overall, super disappointed. All 3 games were winnable games. Matter of fact, I take that back. They weren't winnable games. They were games that we absolutely had no right in losing. We should have won those games. Saying winnable makes it seem like we could have won. No, we absolutely should have won all those games. The Clippers game, we came out strong, like you said. We played really well. That came down to some garbage, just like our last Clippers game. At the end, we just couldn't pull it out. Porzingis had a nice little shot at the end to try to get it for us, and it just didn't go in. It wasn't a bad shot. He got a clean shot. It just didn't go in. And I mean, it happens. My issue is that we shouldn't have let it get that point. We need to blow teams out, or at least have a substantial lead, so that we don't have to worry about these late game situations. Because we were clutch in late game situations at the beginning of the year, but that has tapered off very much so as the years progressed. So that's that. The Lakers, honestly, I think Kuz probably said or did something to piss LeBron off, and that's when he became like Super Saiyan LeBron. Like, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna finally shave my head down so I don't have to look all crazy out here, because he finally cut his hair.
Finally, bro.
he ain't go all the way.
That.
I was too. I feel like that's a sign of maturity. You realize it's going, and you just, you know what? All right, it is what it is. But I think
sign of maturity.
I think that Kuz probably said something to piss him off, and he decided, you know what? You should have said that. Now I'm a torch ass. And he did just that. He came out and got 50 on us because our defense is trash.
Like hot garbage. Hot garbo.
Yes.
All right.
So the issue with that game is that we should have won that game as well. Like you said earlier, the Lakers have not been playing well this year. They're not particularly a good team this year. These are the games that we have to win. And we just didn't. We couldn't do it. For whatever reason, they just can't pull that one out, right? So that one aside. Last game, Portland, last night. There's not a lot of words for this one. It's just disappointing to see you go up against a whole lot of people who don't get a whole lot of burn, and you just get smacked. Like, you got beat.
Smack.
You got beat by people who generally ride the bench. Like, your starters are all pretty much injured. So you out here playing against the others, and you get smacked. And there's no excuse. I understand that you say it's a back-to-back, but you have been playing back-to-backs all year. So it's not like this is new. You've been doing it. They don't have the people to compete on paper with what you were putting up, but y'all just couldn't pull it out. I don't understand where the disconnect is. And okay, we didn't have KP, but that's one player. Okay, you could say, oh, well, we didn't have Brad. Okay, but you haven't had Brad since All-Star break. So, like, that's no longer an issue. Like, you can't use that excuse. At this point, you just giving up.
Mm-hmm. So, which is, I think, a good segue, my guy, into really what I think today's episode is all about. Wizards season is over, bro. Like, this shit is done, dog. Like, and I think we've known it for a while as fans, right? Kind of known, but the thing is that we were right outside of the 10 spot, and we were a few games in. You know, we had a couple of games against Atlanta and some of those lower seeded teams, so we felt like we could kind of sneak in and get some games in. But it ain't work out like that, bro. Sorry, Charlie. We are done. All right, we are done for the season when it comes to 2022. So, thoughts on that as far as where we should and what we should do for the remainder of the season, because we're pretty much out of it. Yeah. And where do you think this team is gonna? What's your prediction? What do you think we're gonna do to complement what we're already doing?
Yeah. So there's a lot, right? So first, I think that we are in the midst of a tank but not tank situation. And I say that because, like I said, these last games we should have won. So I think, and that's not just these last three. We've had a lot of games since the All-Star break or since just throughout the season that we should have won. And I feel like as of right now, we're in a position to where we're not going to say we're going to tank, but we're also not putting forth the effort to not tank. They're playing well in spots of games and parts of games, but you got to play good for the whole game to win. Like that's how it is. That's how it works. So if they're not going to do that, then I feel as though they're kind of looking towards the draft to see what they can get. And if that's the case, I haven't even looked at the draft boards. I don't know who's coming out of college this year or who's coming out of the G League to go into the draft this year. I couldn't tell you. But what I can say is that I think that we are in a position to, if we are going to go that route, we are in a position to get a solid pick like we have the last few years. And in addition to that, I think that if we are going to go that route, then they are going to need a point guard. And I'm talking like a point guard of the future kind of point guard, not like another Howell Neto or Ish Smith. And don't get me wrong, I like them. They're playing well for us, but we need like another like John Wall. You know what I mean? We need like that straight out of college starting point guard who's going to be an all-star type of player. Because we already have Brad.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
And I hate to cut you off, but let's dive right into it, my guy. Let's really dive into like what's the options here when it comes to the Wizards, right? So, what I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen here, man, and we're gonna take a look at who the Wizards are projected to take right now. Right now, per NBADraft.net, we got Okai Agbaji. Man, I hope I said your name right, bro. I really do. But it looks like that they got he's a senior guard out of Kansas. You know what I mean? Shout out to March Madness, all that going on. I have to take a look at him. But looks like he's a Desmond Bain type of shooting guard. Definitely can shoot. Looks like here. But also, bro, let's take a look at who else is like on the radar. You know what I mean? Let's see if that guard is out here. Look at Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey is dope, bro. What do you think about him?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know a whole lot about our college people right now because if I'm gonna be real, I got kids, so I don't get to watch a whole lot of games. But I make time for my Wizards games, and I do try to keep up with Bleacher Report and things of that nature. Try to look up stuff, but from what I have heard or what I've been told, definitely got a talent. Definitely got a good skill level. I think that if he's available at our pick, then I think that that's an opportunity for us. But that also goes off of availability, right? Because there's a couple of teams right now that need point guards. We're not the only one. So
True. Bro is nice though. Bro is nice. He looks like a winner for me, man. If we can get him, but I mean those ping pong balls gonna have to go our way. But when I see DeJounte Murray, when I see that comparison, Jalen Green, man, I'm thinking John Wall, man. I'm thinking when I see 6'4", 195, I'm getting John Wall feels here, man. Also other guards, I think that we got to look at. We got Ty Washington. Don't know much about this kid. Let's see what he looking like. Okay, Kentucky kid. All right. Let's see what kind of comparison he got. Andre Miller. Shout out to a former Wizard. Andre Miller. I like it, man. Well,
underrated player, if I'm to be honest. Andre Miller was. I think that he had a good skill set. He had a good knowledge of the game that allowed him to be successful. Wasn't going to be flashy. He wasn't flashy, but he got it done. He got the job done.
Always.
Yep.
Matter of fact, man, we might have to get him on a Wizards highlight versus, man, because he was around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it would be good, and he was a perfect, like by far shout out to all the backup point guards in the past decade. All right. Anybody who's backed up John Wall, there's been some good ones. I mean, shout out to Ramon Sessions. Yeah. Shout out to Antonio Daniels. He was a backup to Gilbert. Shout out to him. Who's another backup to John, man? I can't think of Brandon Jennings. Shout out to Brandon Jennings when he came in that year. But by far, bro, the best of the best, man. It's Andre Miller, bro.
Yeah, he was the best. Really good.
The best backup.
I just appreciate any guard is not afraid to back you down. He's gonna if you got a guard that's gonna put you in the post, but I like that guy. I respect him.
like that's his first option,
right?
To put you in the post, right?
Because he's stronger than you.
Seriously, and then got the vision, you know what I mean, to catch people going on those cuts, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to AD, man. Andre Miller, bro. Highlight versus. Here we go. All right, so got a lot of good feedback around the recent highlight versus we've done recently for the Wizards. All right, the Wizards highlight versus battle that we like to do up here, and we were thinking going a little different this time around. You know what I mean? We wanted to go back in the time, but then we wanted to also go back and pay homage to one of the more short-term Wizards that I feel like doesn't really get that much love. And that is, sir, Mr. Rip Hamilton. All right, Mr. Rip Hamilton. And we're going to have him go against the legend, Mr. Phil Chenier. All right. Up in the Raptors there. The original 4-5. All right. So, bro, who do you think should go first, man? Who do you think?
So I'm gonna say Rip just because that's our generation, right? That's where we grew up watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Rip. No offense to Phil. And side note, I used to wear 4 or 5. That was one of my numbers when I started playing ball. So, but I'll say let's go with Rip since he is part of our generation's Wizards, and we'll leave the OG for second.
Say less, bro. Say less. Here we go. So first one we're gonna go with, man. Classic Rip Hamilton, right off the pick. Shout out to Popeye Jones. That was my guy back in the day. But look, man, off of code, bro. Look how much space on code, bro. Mouthed him. Yappa. That's a yappa. Oh. He was nasty, bro. He was
absolutely. No denying.
Your boy Phil was just as nasty, bro. Just as nasty. Check him out.
Phil was smooth.
Man. Check him out here, man. Like, whop. Mouthing niggas. Mouthing them.
He was just so smooth about it.
Check him out.
The dude who tried to block his shot was already back down to the ground and Phil was still in the air. Phil jumping 7 feet in the air for a jump shot just so people can't block. He was so smooth though. That was a beautiful shot. Bro.
Like if he was playing in this era, I think he would be top 75 for sure. Yeah. Like all time. Like he fit this era. Yeah. Like and his jumper was milk, bro. It was milk. That's what I call it.
There you go. But I support it.
But shout out to our boy Rip though, because he definitely had the game, but the passing game, like look right off the screen. Whoo! See your boy Jahidi White
with the
you know what I'm saying?
The socks all the way up to his knees.
Yes, dog. I used to love Jahidi White, man. Man, you definitely look like Jahidi White, too, man. You could pass for Jahidi White. But with that being said, your boy Phil was just as nasty though with the passing though. All right. So and he had, the defense to go with it. He was just a sneaky, smooth guard. You know what I mean? So this next one definitely is gonna pay a little homage to that. So check him out, man. Pesky. Just pesky. Just watching the ball. Following the ball. Come in, nigga. Where you going, nigga? Where you going?
No, you don't.
And Dan got the vision. Right up. Threw it right where he's going, bro. Right where he was going.
The impressive part about that is that underhand scoop pass that he just threw directly to this man in transition for an easy dunk. Like, you don't see stuff like that anymore. Like, that was just, it was like I was saying earlier, it's just smooth. Like, just like, let me go ahead and just toss that over there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have just took it on the break. He could have stopped Pop because he was going to hit the shit because his jumper was milk. Like, literally, y'all, it was milk. But yeah, shout out to Phil. It was disgusting. But Rip had D too, bro. Rip had D. You know what I mean? Coming off those screens, boom, pick that off. Then had the balance to get that joint in. Yes. On two of them, bro. Rip was nice, man. Shout out to Rip. Easy. And then last but not least, man, we gonna end it with our boy Phil. Oh, dang, y'all, my bad. This is the one right here. Yink.
Smooth with the right to left. Back to the right.
Oh my God, bro. Like, and then he came with the offhand. Left side. Off the glass, man. Feels nasty, bro. Feels nasty. That 4-5 is up in the rafters for a reason, man. It's up there for a reason, bro. But definitely, if y'all enjoyed the Wizards highlight versus, y'all know where y'all can find us at. If y'all got any ideas for any future matchups, let us know, man. We want to know.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see what y'all think. I want to know what our fans, what the people who are listening and watching, what y'all think. Give us 2 names to throw out there.
2 names, bro. Tell them where they can find us at, man. Where they can hit us up too.
So anytime you can hit us up 571-572-0977. You can call or text, and don't forget you can always get us on Twitter, Instagram. We out here. We out. Cheer.
Well, folks, that's gonna round it out for this week's episode. We hope y'all enjoyed it, and like T said, man, hit us up, man. Let us know that you know what I mean, that you know what you're thinking about the show. Let us know, what you want to see as far as matchups, what you want to talk about, because the season's pretty much over, guys. The season is pretty much over. All right,
we're right about
this shit is done. But we got a long off season. It's an exciting off season because it looks like Brad's coming back. We got a good young nucleus. Kuz looks like an all-star. KP looks like he's coming in hot. And I think that with the young nucleus, those are pieces that can be used for something bigger potentially. And there's going to be a lot of names out there this summer, man, that we should look out for. But lots to talk about, lots to get into. My brother, Tron, as always.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. And for Rome Jones
and Tron Jacobs, we're just 2 Wizards fans. Y'all be easy.
Later.
Varius.